So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to create and set up a website on Amazon AWS EC2 that's running Debian Linux. And these are the commands that I'll be using when I create and set up these websites. Alright, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to log into your AWS account, and I have already logged into my account, so let me see where it is. Yep, that's the one. So once you have logged into your account, which is AWS account, type EC2 on the top over here, EC2, and hit enter, and you will come across this option, this particular link over here, EC2. So let's click on this. And after you click on this page appears, and it's going to show you how many instances are running, so on and so forth. So for my particular case over here, instance running is 0, elastic IP, load balancer, snapshots, and all these numbers are 0. And as you can see, everything is 0. There's a security group, there's 1. In your case, you may have 1 or you may have 0. Alright, so first thing you want to do is launch an instance. So instances are nothing but basically they are just small containers. Think of them as a computer, like a virtual machines that Amazon runs for you. So we're gonna launch an instance. So you click on this launch an instance over here and just wait for it. And now it's gonna this page appears. Now it's gonna ask you what is the name of the instance you wanna call. So I'm gonna call this thing as my let's see, my Debian, and let's call it my Debian web server. Okay, so my Debian web server. Alright, now come down. Now it's asking you what kind of OS operating system image do you want on your this instance. So you have all these options: Amazon Linux, Macintosh OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, and so on and so forth. So let's scroll a little bit right, and you're going to see Debian at the end. So click on Debian because that's what we're going to install. That's what this video is about. And go down. Now it also gives you the option for architecture. Now there are two architectures for Debian. One is 64-bit x86 and the other one is 64-bit ARM. I'm using 64-bit x86. So that's the option I'm going to be clicking. And roll down, keep a login. Now if you want to log in into this account onto this EC2, you need to create a key pair. So let's go ahead and create one. So click on this option over here, create a new key pair, and let's call this key as let's call it Debian. You can call it whatever you want to, like, you know, what's convenient for you. I'm going to call it Debian. Now in the key pair tab, there are two options, RSA and this ED25519. I'm selecting RSA, which is the default. Now over here, since I'll be using PuTTY to log into this EC2, you wanna click on this .ppk option, and also it tells you over here this is the option you wanna click if you wanna use PuTTY, which I intend to. Alright, so I click on this and hit create key pair, and that's gonna create your key pair, and there it is. That's your Debian key pair. Also, since you hit that button, if you go to your download directory, you're gonna see let's see, downloads, and you're gonna see this debian.ppk file. So this file actually contains the key pair for PuTTY application to actually go through. So if you can actually take a look at it if you want to. If you just go to open with, let's open it with Notepad. And it's nothing but simple text file. So this is the key, starting from here all the way up to here. These are you, all the way up to here. That's your one set of key, and this is your another key right there. Okay, now so you got your keys. Let's minimize this. Alright, so you got your key pair. Let's get loaded onto your machine. Go down, and firewall security, you want to keep this create security group option open, checked. Go down, and it's asking you configure storage. So you want 8 GB. That's what it's telling you, 1 times 8 GB. And so there are different options over here. I'm gonna go with the default. So this is actually, it tells you a description of this. This is actually a general purpose SSD. and then you have general purpose SSD GP2, then you have provision IOPs, but I'm going with the default, and you can see a checkbox over here, so that's what I'm using. Okay, you can add some more volumes over here if you want to, but I'm not. Okay, and then hit launch instance and just wait for it. Alright, so now you're gonna see this message, successfully initiated launch of this instance. Okay, so let's click on this instance. Okay, and right now it's showing pending. Give it some time, and like maybe a few seconds, and it's gonna turn from pending to running. So let's reload this page again. It could take like few seconds to a few minutes, so let's see how long it takes. Alright, now it's running good. Okay, so this instance is running, so let's click on this instance. Okay, so let me show you how to connect to this instance. So let's go to, I have actually PuTTY opened, so let me type PuTTY over here, PUTTY. That's the application I'm using. You can download this from the internet, it's free. Okay, so you want to go to sessions, and your host name would be your IP address, which is this one. So let's copy this thing and go to PuTTY, paste it. Alright, by default is port 22, which is good. Connection type is SSH. Another thing I want to let you know is, what you want to do is you go to connection, go to SSH, and you are going to see authorization right there. Click on authorization, and there's a credentials. So credential actually is gonna ask you to specify your private key files for authentication. So if you recall, when we created the key pair, it actually created in this directory, download directory. That's the one. So this is the file we are going to be using, debian.ppk. Okay, so let's go to this browse option over here on your right hand side, and go to your download directory and click on debian.ppk and hit open, and this file gets placed over there. If you want, you can open up your terminal type right now by clicking on this open, but what I would suggest is go back to your session and then call this session give it some name. So let's call it AWS _EC2 _deb. So this is the name of your session, and you can save it. So by saving the session, one advantage that you will have, you don't have to keep typing that, you don't have to keep loading that debian.ppk again. So it makes your life easy. You can just click over here and hit open. Alright, so this is saved. So click on this and click on open, and that's gonna open up your sudo terminal. Wait for it. Okay, so then you get this message, PuTTY TTY security alert. Basically it's telling you that the host key is not cached for this server, and so on and so forth. You hit accept and log in as. So when you log into your EC2 instance, you are login as admin. So admin, and there is no password for that. And there you go. Now you are into your EC2 instance. So let's see, let's type pwd, which is actually gives you print working directory. Hit enter, and you are in home admin directory. You can also see all the processes that are running, ps-aux, as Linux users will know by now. Alright, so we have this thing running. So let's see what else we do. Oh, okay, so after we have connected to our EC2 instance, these are the commands that you want to run right there. So let's go back to our, where is that? That's the one. Okay, so type sudo apt and update. Hit enter and wait for it. Okay, the next command you want to run is sudo apt upgrade. It's going to upgrade your packages. Okay, it's asking you that do you want to continue regarding this upgrade, and the answer is yes. Enter. And it takes time for upgrade. You're gonna get this message. What do you want to do about the modified configuration file? So they are talking about your SSD config, and so what you want to do is you want to keep the local version currently installed. That's the option you want to go with. So hit enter. Alright, so this is done. Now next step is you wanna install your Apache. So the command is sudo apt install apache 2. So let's type that command, sudo apt install apache 2. Hit enter, and again it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to continue? Say yes. Enter, and wait for a few seconds. Alright, it's looking good so far, so good. 98%, 99. Alright, okay. So Apache is done. Now let's go back to our web browser, and this is the IP address. So we should ideally be able to see our Debian home page by going to this particular IP address. Hit enter. Okay, so after good like 20 seconds I received this message. So the reason you're receiving this message is because we don't have HTTP or HTTPS protocol rule added to our inbound rule. So let's do that. So let me show you how to do that. Go back to your page, and if you go down right there, you are going to see security right there, this tab. So click on this tab, security, and then it tells you right there is only one security install, which is TCP protocol. That's it. So let's add security let's add some HTTP and HTTPS security protocols. You click on that, and then you click on this edit inbound rules. Okay, so you see this option, add rule. So click on that, and you will get this this record over here. So let's click over here, and let's click on our HTTP protocol, which is right here. So HTTP protocol is a TCP, and it tells you the port is 80 and source is custom, and we are using this option. Basically this is telling you that anybody can actually connect to this. Okay, description, if you want to put some description, so you can say this is HTTP, let's call it my HTTP protocol description. Alright, and you can type whatever you want to. Okay, next add another one, and this time we're gonna do HTTPS. So we'll go down right there, custom, select the first one. Again, this is gonna give access to anybody can actually use this now by clicking on this right here, and you can enter whatever description you want to. Okay, save the rules. Alright, so this is done, and if you go down, you're gonna see HTTP protocol and HTTPS protocol has been added to our inbound rules. Now let's go back to our original IP right here, and let's refresh this page. And there you go, Apache 2 Debian default page. That's what you want to see. Now let's see, let me show you a few more things before I close. So let's go to that directory where your index file is placed. Now in Debian, the Apache places all these files in /var www/html. This is the directory where it places the file. So if you look at the content of this directory, you're gonna see an index file. This index file right here is this is the file that's being that file is what's being used by the browser to display this page. So let me just show you. Let's change the content of that file. Now since this file is owned by root, you want to use sudo, and I'm using nano editor index and let's change something in this file. Let me just make the screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see. Okay, go down, scroll down, and keep scrolling down, keep scrolling down. Alright, right here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change this line this. So right here it says this is the default welcome page, so I'm gonna change this to hello. So let's go back and actually let's just add hello, HELLO, and dot 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 dot. Okay, hello, this is the default welcome home page. So let's save this thing, and the way you save it is tells you right there, Control O. That's the way to save it. They call it write out. So hit Control O, enter. Now exit. The way you exit this file is by Control X over here. So press Control X, and that's gonna exit this nano editor. Alright, so let's go back to our browser, and this is the IP address right here. Refresh it, and you're gonna see it right there, hello. And this is how I actually can change index file over here. Okay, so let's say now you wanna put a website from the internet. So let me show you how to do that now. Let's go back to our browser again. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the wget command, wget, and I'm gonna download a zip file that contains a certain websites. So free-css, that's one of the most commonly used, so I'm gonna use that. So go to your browser and go to your let's go to www. Oh, there you go, free templates. So we can actually put one of these templates on that page. So let's pick up any one template. Let's go with this template. Alright, so you see this download option. Right click on this download option, and you're gonna see save copy link address right here. So click on the copy link address, go back to your PuTTY, and then there you go, this is the link address right here. So what this is gonna do is gonna actually get this particular file from this link address. Hit enter. Let me increase the page size so you can see. There you go, and hit enter, and oops, cannot write to list. Okay, oh, the reason this permission denied error is happening is because I'm in var www HTML directory. That's not what I want to be at. I want to be in my home directory. Okay, so let's run this command again, and there you go, it's saved. So if you do ls space -lrt, you are going to see this list trace.zip file. So let's unzip this file now. Okay, to unzip a file in Debian, the command is unzip and the name of this zip file. Hit enter, and it says the command unzip is not found. Well, the reason command unzip is not found because we have not installed it. So let's install the zip command, unzip command, sudo unzip, sudo apt install unzip. Okay, so unzip is installed now. So let's run this unzip command again. Unzip and the name of the file. Alright, hit enter, and there you go, it unzipped all the files. So let's look at the content of this directory, and there it is. So you're gonna see this directory list trace v1.0. so let's go into that directory, enter, and there you go, index, assets, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to transfer the content of this directory list trace, which is responsible for producing this particular beautiful page, into the var/www/html directory. So the way you do this thing is, the command is mv everything that is present inside the directory, move it into var www/html and hit enter. Oh, it's not gonna work because there is a permission denied error. Okay, the reason you're getting this permission denied because you don't have, it's basically owned by root, so you don't have the privileges to actually move files over there. So let's do sudo, and there you go. Alright, now let's go back to our original page, which was right here, and let's refresh this page. So when you refresh this page, you are going to see that free CSS file now, and there you go. Perfect, now it's working. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to upload a file from your local computer to your Amazon EC2 instance. So I have this EC2 instance here. Let's click on that, and as you see, there is a one instance. You can see one instance running. So let's look at this instance, and there it is, instance running. So let's look at the details of this instance. You can view the details by clicking on this link over here, and you'll see the details over here. Alright, so this is the details for that instance that's running. Okay, so this is the public IP address. So this is where I'm gonna try, this is the public IP address that I will use to connect to this particular instance using filezilla. Alright, so let's open up filezilla first. I have filezilla somewhere over here in my apps. So let's go to desktop, apps, and filezilla. There it is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my file and site manager, and there's a my sites. Click on new site, and let's call this thing as a EC2. Alright, file transfer protocol. Now I'm using, if you recall, I actually had activated SSH file protocol, so that's the one I'll be using. And my host is that IP address I just showed you. So let's look it up, which is this one. So let's copy this thing. By clicking on this thing, it actually copies on your clipboard. Okay, they go to filezilla, paste it. Okay, the port by default is 22. And logon type, we're going to use key file. Okay, username is admin. And the key file, we're going to browse that. If you recall, we had downloaded this file as in download directory, so it was called debian.ppk. Open that, click on that file, open it up. Alright, this gets downloaded. This gets this is the key file that it's going to read. Alright, hit connect and wait for it, and there you go. So this is your local machine right here, and this is your EC2 instance right there. So now you can actually upload files by using actually drag and drop feature. You can actually pick up any file that you want to. So let's see, I have this index file right here. You can actually just drag this file and move it over there, and there you go. Just wait for it. Alright, the transfer is completed. So this is how you do it. And now let's go back to our EC2 instance. Let's log in to the EC2 instance using PuTTY. Go over here. I have PuTTY installed already on my machine. Alright, and so you type your host name, which is, if you recall, is the same which is the same as the IP address that I just used, and you can actually get it from here, 389.106.47. Just go to PuTTY, enter that over here, and then port 22, and so on and so forth. Okay, so as I already have saved AWS EC2 session, so I'm just going to click on that and load this session and open it up. And let's increase the size so you can see. Okay, login as admin. Alright, and if you do ls -lrt, you should see index file, which is right here. Alright, so now you know how to use filezilla to load a local file from your local computer to Amazon EC2. Thank you.